don't memorize the dosage, but the dosage will be much more depending on the severity of the itchiness. In other cases, we can prescribe antibiotics for secondary infection. As we go down there, we'll be seeing some complications in terms of secondary infection. So antibiotics in those kind of scenarios, they are supposed to be prescribed so as we curb the presence of this secondary infection.
All right. I hope we are getting something from what Mr. Josam is explaining. Now, what are the complications of scabies?
Scabies, as every disease has got its areas of complications. Number one is secondary bacterial infection. This most of the time it will attack the integumentary system. When you say integumentary system, we are talking about the skin. Since the scabies attack the skin, being a contagious one, so we expect that the skin might have secondary infection. It might complicate to other bacterial infection. In this case, we need those kind of antibiotics so that we curb the presence of this bacterial infection. And most of the time, the most notable bacterial infection is we can experience what we call dermatitis. Dermatitis is the inflammation of the dermal part of the infection, or we can experience what we call pyomyositis, whereby the pus has accumulated on the underside of the skin, and the abscess can be a reason as well because of this kind of complication from scabies. So secondary infection, those are part and parcel of bacterial infection that we might experience because of the complications. Number two complication is allergic reaction. Despite being attacking the skin, being contagious of it can again arise to allergic reaction, whereby the skin will be reacting to different kind of things according to the environment that it has undergone. Most of the time, you can see that these regions or the papilla, when it breaks, it will end up liberating some fluids, and that fluid will have some immunoglobulin. So others might have increased immunoglobulin E, immunoglobulin G, immunoglobulin M. All those kind of immunoglobulin will have a responsibility of causing allergic reaction. In case of immunoglobulin E, it will result into nothing but when you develop some upper respiratory tract infection like asthma, pneumonia, as well as bronchitis. So it is very important that we need to take care of this kind of infection, this kind of scabies management, so that we don't get in contact with this kind of reactions. Number three, you can, in case of scabies sclerotoma, which is severe clustered scabies, that means the skin or the integumentary system becomes so crusted. It will be exhibiting like when you have got a sugar has been dissolved in the hot water, but it is in the form of like, what can you say, scrambled form of it. So all the whole skin becomes like the way I have explained, that the sugar has been dissolved in the hot water, and it has formed some scrums. Like you want to perform, like you want to prepare sweets. Those are some of the complications. The skin might become like those kind of things, which is very, very unfortunate and a very bad thing. In addition to that, we might have some post-scabies syndrome. which is we call it as prolonged itching. You experience prolonged itching, even it will not listen or it will not be cured from antihistamine. And so doing, you will be a bit isolated because somewhere it psychologically affects you, and it can happen at any point. It can be in church, at school, at work, so it makes you to be so very uncomfortable. So those are part and parcel of complication of this kind of infection, contagious one, scabies.
All right, now I think the way you are explaining that this is the skin disease, so I think it has some clinical manifestation which someone can see. Can you tell us some of the clinical presentation of scabies?
Scabies can be noted by observing the following things in an individual, or we might want to listen from her or him what he is explaining to us. Number one, the patient might tell you that he or she is feeling intense itching and it worsens during the night, because these coppers, they like to wake during the night. So scabies will provide a lot of itching during the night. So if the patient tells you that I'm feeling strong or intense itching during the night with the other clinical presentation, that is a notable sign that indeed this patient or this skin region are of scabies. Number two, the patient might have small raised bumps or blisters. They are small, but they are raised bumps or blisters. They are not flat. If you say flat, then you are talking of mpox, but this one, they are raised bumps, but they are small. Well, in other skin condition, they are big one, they are flat, but this one, the key marker is small, raised bumps or blisters. Then we might have rash, often between fingers, wrist, elbow, and groins. Rash will exhibit on between the fingers, the elbow, the groins, as well as the wrist. Is where we have body out of lashes, and those lashes are small raised bumps or blisters. In addition to that, we might experience skin sores or crust. Crust, as I said, they are things that are being a lesion. These are the fluid that liberates from the lesion and it forms a crust. That crust, or we call it skin sores, they might be exhibited with someone having the scabies. Addition to that, lymph nodes might become swollen, which is not a common sign. It's not a common sign, but lymph nodes, they become swollen because it's a part and parcel of response to the immunity against these foreign bodies, the corpus scabies. So those are some clinical manifestations in as far as scabies is concerned.
As we are going to the end of this program, can you tell us how can someone prevent this scabies?
Scabies being a contagious infection, contagious skin infection, it hurts people who are so very unhygienic. It will always attack people who does not follow a good hygienic practices. So to prevent it, we need to practice good hygiene, whereby we need to wash our hands. Where you have got the soap, use the soap regularly, as well as it is supposed to be used, and make sure that we bath regularly. When you have been attacked with scabies, we need to bath regularly And make sure that when the region they are open, we don't need when the lesion are in contact, are intact, we don't need to open it. Let it open by itself. Because when you open it, we end up making the oozing of these fluids, which will form a crust, and that crust again is this smaller. We are trying to put this skin again at least to form another pupilla, which one? To form another small red bumped blister. And we need avoid close contact with infected individual. Contact with infected individual will give us troubles because the chances of giving this individual is very high, because someone else who has got scabies lesion are always open. As such, the chances to transmit to another healthy individual is very high. As such, we need to avoid being in contact with our friends when we are in the prison. When it is in the prison, we need to isolate those people who have been affected with scabies, as well as in schools, even in churches, even in our homes. And number 3 is wash and dry clothing, bedding and towels. Make sure that all the beddings, the towels are being washed regularly and should be dry enough. They should not have some weight, because those weight things, if it is those towels were used by someone else who is having scabies, if it is weight, that means the region are still there. As such, transmission will be again being boosted. And use protective measure during sex, because this thing can again be on the sexual positioning, can be again on the reproductive organs. As such, the chances for it chances for this guy to get infected will be high. As such, we need to use a protective measure. That means in these cases, as usual, it's a condom. Treat all the household members simultaneously. We need to treat the household members simultaneously. We don't need to leave the person, then treat the first individual, then go to another. No. If we have got 3 individuals having scabies in our home, let them be treated simultaneously. That means at once. They have to be given treatment at once, without keeping someone else waiting for another period. Otherwise, we end up hitting the first one. But since this is the first one, we have good reserve of 2 there. It means that if the first one has healed, the 2 we will have again a chance of transmitting to the first one. That means we will end up having recurrence of the infection. So those are part and parcel of prevention measures as far as the scabies is concerned. Reaching this far, this is how we can talk about scabies with this.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Josam, for giving us your time, how to prevent, how it's caused, and what are the complications of scabies. To our listeners, this is the end of our program. Thank you very much for being there to listen to this program on health issues podcast. You were with me, Liveness Mchoga, the producer and the editor of the program. Till we meet again in the next episode, as we'll be coming with more and more medical conditions. Till next time, bye.